To my surprise, the super brittle did not get a nerf in the most recent update, so we can still get Silas and 2 super brittles and breeze through everything. And this combination is extremely powerful when paired with a Super Monkey fan club and the villages. So let's give this a run on Tricky Tracks, the new expert map, which is a little bit tricky due to its tricky tracks. So starting off, I'm going to be doing this 2 Desperado start and just a whole bunch of nonsense, really. For the early games, I've just been really going off my pure gut. I haven't really seen anybody that's fleshed out a super consistent, greedy early game that works really, really well. So I've just been doing what I've been doing, and it's working alright, but it's not really good, I'm going to be honest. There's a lot of towers placed in the early game, and compared to other maps at least, it's not really efficient, I'd say. So if somebody's come up with like a really efficient way to get into a hero, for example, that would be good to know. Please let me know. Thank you. But anyways, with the rest of this early game, I'm just going to be getting Silas down early, and Silas actually helps a lot. Silas is going to work well with these Mermonkeys, which are really powerful. I feel like the Mermonkeys early just are really the best thing, I'm going to be honest. They have great pierce, great damage, all of this. But now I'm transitioning into triple shots, which is not really the best thing to go, but I am going for the Super Monkey fan club, so might as well just grab that, and then I can move into my ice monkeys, just trying to not spend a ton of money in the early game so I can get that primary mentoring up early and get my ice monkeys going so I can get the level 20 for round 98 on Silas without getting the 5th ice. Continuing on, this mid-game actually worked out a lot better. Going for just these ice monkeys sometimes is a little bit of a pain, especially on a map like this, but it worked out very well. I was able to get primary mentoring and then use the ice shards to save up for the icicles, which was able to cruise through a lot of this mid-game without much of an issue. I thought this definitely would come into a lot of trouble, and I'd be worried I'd have to buy something to maybe beat the Moabs, but now we set through pretty fine with everything, and it's good pace. I'm not really having to spend much of anything, so this really is so far going amazing, a lot better than I expected. As long as I can just get both super brittles up, I should be good to go, and I'm leaving room for a bunch of stuff. I'm gonna get the Super Monkey fan club up right now, so if there's some Moabs that are gonna be issues, I can just get that up to defend all of that in the mid game, and stuff like 63 should be fine. The 2 icicles should clear that. So I'm really surprised that this didn't get nerfed in the update. I really assumed from a few towers that would get nerfed. It would be like Bomb Blitz and Super Brittle, Silas 2. Silas did get a very impactful bug fix though, where the slow went from 50% to 5%, which was the original intended value. So Silas no longer slows everything by like an uber crazy amount, which is very, very impactful. But Super Brittle is still just very, very OP. It does so much damage, like an unnecessary amount of damage. Along with 2 Bomb Blitz, I thought it would get a price nerf. Instead, its duration got brought from 60 to 75 seconds, which is not impactful at all if you stall rounds, which is, I guess, what would optimally be done in an optimal bomb blitz gameplay. So yeah, just like a lot of really broken towers didn't get nerfed, and I think that's kind of surprising. I really have no idea why the super brittle got left without a nerf, so I guess you just still have another update to play with it. You could probably black border this map very easily now with super brittle, because you'll see I'm going to get a wild amount of cash bear, especially for something of its difficulty now that the map is buffed and all, so that's going to be pretty cool. The mid game is going to actually be really smooth. I just can kind of save up into enough money for both the super brittles. Of course, I'm waiting for level 13, I believe it is, to be able to get them for cheaper, and I'll also be able to get 2 super brittles. Of course, I'll have one on each side. And with the 4 tier 3 or higher that I bought rather early on, I'm going to be able to get level 20 in time for 98, which is going to be very clutch. So we can grab that first super brittle right now that I got the cheaper and the second one available, and I'll be able to save up quite shortly after for the second one. Now, going into the 90s, the DDTs might be a little bit of an issue in my opinion. They just kind of come in so fast and come out so fast that the super brittle might not really get enough damage, or the super monkeys couldn't really get enough hits, so I was kind of worried about them. But if I use the ability, it should just be taken care of. So that's all good. Then the ZOMGs, as long as the Super Monkey Fan Club up, they should go down fine too. Now I only have one Super Monkey Fan Club. I do end up getting a second just because of how these rounds are going. Everything comes in so fast that I can't kind of play a little bit of a stalling game to get abilities to come back. It does come back very, very quickly. It's a very short cooldown, especially with the primary mentoring buff giving it 15% more cooldown speed, which is because everything flies in so fast. I can't really wait a little bit to have it. I need all my abilities up like instantly. So I just ended up getting another Super Monkey Fan Club. On round 98 here, I bought the cross path, so the super monkeys are a lot stronger. I really just needed that pierce, and I guess a little more attack speed helps too. So that's going to be able to take out 98. And I used the train there, which is a little bit of a mistake because on round 99 I was forced to buy a Moab glue. So if I just bought the Moab glue, I wouldn't have to use the train on 98, and I would just been able to beat all of that for 2,500 less. And then I can beat round 100. So if I did that a little more optimally on those last few rounds, I could have saved a little bit of cash, leaving me with like 74,000 cash spare. But for the buff version of this map, which is a lot more difficult, this is really good. It's a great strategy, very solid. 71,000 cash spare. You could probably use something like this for a black border fairly easily, but you probably want to change some of the towers around, especially in the early game. Thanks for watching. If you want to help out the channel, you can check out these new videos, like and subscribe for more content, support the channel by becoming a member, and joining the Discord to chat with the community. Bye!